I found a little bit of information that was kind of weird about that towing company. And we'll see and we'll discuss it together, and you guys can give me your all's opinions about it. So stay tuned and let's dive on this Midnight Towing Express Recovery Company. Hey YouTube, welcome back to another video here at Truggin' Life. So we're gonna go ahead and discuss a little bit of research that I was doing based on the video that I did on the reaction to the Peruvian trucker getting booted. So I was kind of curious to see if this company was actually a legit company. Now, bear in mind, guys, I want to make this disclaimer or whatever. This is just based on my information. I'm no way, shape, or form saying that they're not a legit company or whatever. It's just based on my own research on what I was able to find. But I did see a couple of inconsistencies on, things that would make me question. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're not a legit company, but it's just things that made me question it. So let's go ahead and get right to it. So the very first thing that I did here, guys, is I went ahead and went to their website, right? And I went ahead and verified that it was their website based on two categories, I guess you could say. The first one is actually the name, right? Midnight Express Towing and Recovery LLC. And then I went ahead and verified right here by the number, which is the same on the card that you'll be looking at your screen, right? And the second one is going to be the address, which I'll show you in a little bit right now. But I did get this message right here, and we'll get back to that here in just a second. But let's go ahead and look at the address right here for a second. Let's go right here to the location. And as you guys can see right there, it is coming out as 1847 East Dixon, Shelby, North Carolina, 28152, right? So we went ahead and looked at right here on the map that they're showing their location at. If it just lets me do it. There we go, we're zooming in already. Right, so it's showing that there's that location right there, right? And this is the way their logo looks up here. So the very first thing that I went ahead and did is I actually looked up on, the Google machine, right? Let's go ahead and look at the Google machine, and this is what we came up with. It's showing the same exact address right here, 1847 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby, North Carolina, 28152, right? But it's coming up as C&R Towing. Completely different name. And also, if you pay attention to the telephone number, it's 704-963-5684 is also a different name than what was on the card, right? So upon doing a little bit more research as well, I went ahead and went to the safer web, and I went ahead and typed their company name in here, Midnight Express Towing and Recovery LLC. Nothing was found for that. Now, I'm not too sure on this, guys. Under my assumption, I can only assume that if you're going to be towing away a commercial vehicle, I'm assuming that you would have to be in the FMCSA. I'm not entirely quite sure on how exactly that works, but I went ahead and did just a little Google research, and this is exactly what it came up with. So if it is engaged in interstate commerce, a semi-truck towing a trailer is required to be in FMCSA authority if it is engaged in interstate commerce. This means that if the semi-truck crosses state lines, it must comply with FMCSA regulations. The FMCSA operating authority is necessary for trucking companies to legally operate interstate and engage in federally regulated transport and compensation. Trucking businesses need an operating authority MC number in addition to their DOT number to ensure compliance and protect the company by allowing them to secure the right insurance coverage. So the way I understand that is, I guess, if they cross state lines or not, you know what I mean? But maybe they just operate within the state, so maybe it's not required. I'll kind of leave that up to you guys down in the comments, and you guys can kind of let me know if maybe if it is a regulation that's required or not. You know what I mean? But that's just the thing that I found a little bit weird, is that it's showing up as C&R Towing. Now, they might be working maybe like with, one of those companies that's like a network of, where it comes up like under one name and then it shows you a whole bunch of other sites or whatever that, that do this type of job or whatever. So I went ahead and went to that site, which was that message that I got in the first page when I initially went onto there, the towing.com. And it was saying that it was no longer a member based on the company webpage, right? So I went ahead and scrolled down through here And I was trying to see if I can find that Midnight Express anywhere, right? And I don't see it listed anywhere here. Nowhere here did I find it, you know? So I just kind of find it a little bit kind of odd that they don't have an operating authority. Again, I don't know if maybe that's just because they work within the state or whatnot. But if you also notice on their pictures here, like there's no identifying marks. There's no logo from them. There's no US DOT numbers anywhere on here. Like there's nothing, no truck number. It's just a generalized photo. So again, that kind of gets me thinking like, man, is this even a legit company? You know, because if you go up here to CNR Towing or whatever, and we look at their pictures or whatever, right? And for example, we go to this picture, you can clearly see right here that CNR is on their door and it has like their telephone number and other information on it, right? Let's go to some other pictures. And here's their business card, which even on this business card, it's showing the address on Google as one thing, and then on the picture, it's showing another address. So I don't know if they're just using that address to, you know, be able to be in business. I have no idea, but I just kind of find it odd. You know what I'm saying? Like when you normally look at a company, like whatever their card says is what the address is going to be on the building and on Google and everything. You know, now it might be old photos as well. Like that's why I don't want to make a definitive conclusion that, you know, it's not a real company or whatever. But I just find it really, really odd that there's just like no identifying information on the website. You know, like if we go back to their website here, where are they at? Midnight Express, right? Like if we go to the location, which is where I was already at. Let's see, let's go back to homepage. See, this is the page that I was coming on. Maybe they're just part of this group that helps them like get leads or whatever, but it's saying that it's inactive. You know what I'm saying? And this number right here, the 1477 number, matches the card that they give the Peruvian truck driver or whatever, you know what I mean? So some of these pictures on here, like this one right here in the red truck, it does have their logo on it. Let me see if I can zoom this thing in. Let's see. Zoom. See if we can get a bigger picture. Let's see. Zoom in a little bit more. Well, I guess that's about how high it goes. But like these trucks right here do have it. But I just find it very, very interesting that it's showing a different name on Google. You know, like this business is showing that it's in that address, right? And like the photos kind of back it up or whatever, and like it even has like Google reviews right there or whatever, you know what I mean? All right, guys, after doing a little bit more digging, I was able to find a different website. Maybe that other one was their old website. As you guys can see right here, the phone number does match the business card that they gave the driver, Midnight Express Towing and Recovery. And this website looks like maybe it was just a new one, you know what I mean? The other one looked a little bit just really like basic. But this one is also stating that it's 1847 East Dixon Boulevard, Shelby, North Carolina, 28152. So it looks like if this company, I mean, more than likely they might be legit, you know what I mean? The website is coming up. I went ahead and took it further, and I was able to actually find their LLC documents. So as you guys can see here, legal name, Midnight Express Towing and Recovery LLC. It's showing that it's active, but just, you know, I guess maybe the franchise report has not been filed here lately, and shows King Mountains. It shows the registered agent or the managing member. So it is showing active. I couldn't find anything on the FMCSA website or whatever, or any type of like US DOT numbers or motor carrier numbers or any state numbers or anything like that, you know, like a North Carolina DOT number or anything like that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're, you know, a fake company or whatever, you know. But these are just kind of the steps that I would take, guys, to try to find if I'm dealing with an authentic company or not. So I don't know, guys. You guys tell me. I mean, that's the information that I found. I didn't want to really want to call the company or whatever or anything like that, because it's not really to pretty much shit on the towing company. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's a real company or if it's not a real company. It was just, this would kind of be the steps that I would take if I was in that situation, as far as being able to get, you know, like if I was in that situation trying to figure out whether it's a real company or not. So, I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments. This is pretty much the information that I found. Like I said, I don't know if the FMCSA, if they require them to have a US DOT number and a motor carrier number. I would assume that they would. But again, you know, I'm not an expert in towing. So if any of you guys know, down in the comments, let me know. And that's pretty much what I got for you guys today, guys. I hope you guys like this type of video. Any of you drivers driving down the road, you guys stay safe. Any of you people that are watching at your house, you guys have a great rest of your day. Help a brother out, subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, stay safe.
Like, share, subscribe.